to be able to know like the pathway of blood through the fish, basically. Okay. So like start out at the heart. And I may not be able to point out everything in these specimens, but I'll try to point out as much as I can. So when you're doing your dissection, make sure you remove the bony operculum to expose the gill arches here. Okay. And then these things are the gill rakers. All right. The feather-like things. All right. But underneath the gill arches is the heart right here that I pointed out to you last time. And the heart is composed of 4 components. So blood moves into the heart through the sinus venosus. And in this specimen, I think it's been disattached. Okay. But just know that the sinus venosus brings blood into the heart. It then goes to the darker structure up top. That's the atrium. Okay. It then flows into the lighter colored ventricle. From there, it goes into the bulbus arteriosus. Okay. That bulb right there. Alright, and then it moves to the ventral aorta, which is this tube right here. Alright, then from there, it splits off into the gills, and then it branches off into 4 different gill arches. Alright, so before it hits the gills, it's called an afferent branchial artery. After it's oxygenated and it's leaving the gills, then it's an efferent branchial artery. Alright? So the efferent branchial arteries are dyed with red latex. And so you should be able to pick those out. Alright? So make sure that you could identify the first, second, and third and fourth efferent branchial arteries. Because on the practical, we're going to point one out, and then you'll have to say not only is it an efferent branchial artery, but which one is it? The first, second, third, or fourth. Alright? So, on this one, here's the first, here's the second, and third and fourth efferent branchial arteries. Now, you kind of distinguish them because the third and fourth, they're forked. They kind of join together at the top with the dorsal aorta. Alright? And the first 2 are separate. Okay. So first efferent branchial artery, second efferent branchial artery, third and fourth efferent branchial arteries. Alright? So, it's not shown here, but blood that goes to the head is supplied by the carotid artery. Alright? And then blood that pumps into the abdominal cavity is the dorsal aorta. So, some things that you'll want to find in your fish that you may not be able to point out because it might be ripped off is a subclavian artery, and that supplies blood to like the pectoral fin. Okay. One artery that we might be able to see here is the celiac artery, and that supplies blood to the abdominal cavity. Alright, and to the internal organs. So here it is, right here. So it's just after the third and fourth afferent branchial arteries is the coeliac artery. Okay. So on yours, see if you could find the subclavian. It might be ripped off. And then see with your heart if you could find the what did I call it? Spine stenosis. The first part of that heart. Okay. So that's pretty much all I have for you.